Our oh, we're up. Hello, guys. How are we? Just did a video about, I mean, just giving up and thoughts about it. But today's video, or this video, is a bit interesting. I just script down music is important. See it in blue? Music is important. Yeah, I have no idea. So I believe it is important, but I wrote it down, which means I want to explain why. I want to explain how, maybe the impact. What are the things I should consider about music that makes it? Okay, so what are the three parts of music? Melody, harmony, and rhythm. I got them right. Uh, what is rhythm? I don't know. I don't think you can hear me, but it's boom, tick, tock, something. I don't know. It's like the thing that kind of keeps making you shake. And you could actually look at that as movement and mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, physically in life, right? Movement kind of has its pattern. You see the athletes that kind of like own their style in the game. I'm still moving. I'm actually talking to you guys and I'm still moving. But the athletes that actually like own their style in the game are the best of the athletes are the ones that own their style. And I say that because like they're fully comfortable with themselves and the way they actually flow. It's very much like a dance, whether it's yeah, very much like a dance. And it's the same when you kind of like see singers, because the way they sing becomes like the dance of their like vocal cords. And if you look at a band, then maybe we can actually discuss harmony, because all of them together are kind of like ah, you know. So that's basically teamwork, I guess. Utility, like around you, there's more. There's not just you that's moving. There are various aspects around you that kind of contribute to your movement, be it the ground that you're walking in, or the road that's guiding you, or the people around that's kind of like keeping you company, or you're going to see. Is like there's a whole lot of motivational things. There are a whole lot of like resistances. There's just like a whole lot of stuff around you, and you kind of like have to find your harmony. That's harmony. And then melody. And I think melody is style. I think melody is like what exactly am I expressing when I'm doing something, right? What I'm moving, what exactly am I expressing? Funny man, because like I think this series started, or the whole like 300 something videos started with expression and the quest for expression. And it's fun, and I'm kind of proud because right now kind of comes second nature. I'm no longer explaining how to express or how important expression is. I'm just discussing more about how expression kind of like comes out. Maybe I don't know. I'll figure it out sometime. But so the three essential parts of music is basically harmony, which is teamwork, melody, which is the style in which we kind of like do something, and rhythm. It's basically the beat, the speed, the kind of like the dance. I would say in the shusmu, the process, depth, man, depth. It's funny because this is corny shit. But again, I really think that everything that becomes corny is something that kind of like makes us feel something. And that's the stuff that excites us about the day, right? It's like, the small things. So, rhythm, how would we apply rhythm? Noticing our rhythm, choosing our rhythm. I have to harmonize with my movements. And if I'm not moving in a certain rhythm, what happens is I actually get exhausted faster, right? Like, music is flow, dance is flow, work is flow, driving is flow, Flow is when we understand something to a point where we don't think anymore. We're just kind of exploring it. And right now, I'm kind of like thinking about the rhythm that I have towards my website and how I feel it lacking. And I think, like I've been tackling it the past couple of days. I'm doing some stuff. I've been looking at code. I've been tinkering basically to understand a bit more what I did last time because I understand I understand code a lot more now, but it didn't add to an understanding of what I'm building. And even though I've been exploring the concept of what I'm building for the longest time, I wasn't exploring it vertically where the actual platform represents itself to the people would look like. So I changed my understanding with code. I built different things, but what I'm trying to build, I still haven't completely like came to terms with it because I never gave it time. I never spent time with it. The first thing I did was ultimately just get the UI, get the image that the designer did for me, and I just kind of like copied it, copied it. And right now it's like feeling differently. I'm thinking about it differently. So I'm lacking basically my I don't have a rhythm when it comes to it. And now when it comes to melody, it's like, am I actually programming in my own style or am I, how do I consider this stuff? Sorry, man, this completely went to me and what I'm doing daily and how basically my day is not really as musical as I would want it to be. Uh, I don't know how to explain even harmony when it comes to me working on my project, but I'm assuming it's small. I'm assuming it's how everything else in the day kind of like gives me the energy, like allows me to feed the energy back. Because this is an interesting way to look at it. Feeding the energy back. So I'd imagine there are things in the day that consume your energy and things in the day that give you energy, right? So like if we are to kind of like the people that say I work all the time, but I have fun all the time and I relax all the time because I like what I do. For them, everything they do kind of like piggybacks on more energy from what they had before, right? Like it's like driving a 10 speed bike at the 10th kind of like speed. So you're still moving your legs at the same time, but you kind of are moving fast right now. I mean, like I'm assuming it's like a straight line. You're not going up a hill that kind of fucks you up. But so basically, so the idea behind it is kind of like understanding flow from the concept of fully, fully comprehending not how you're trying to do something, what you're trying to do. Because when you're comprehending what you're trying to do, what you're doing in front of you is kind of like destructuring it in order for you to kind of like take the smaller notes and you understand it more and you comprehend it more. And then you basically, until you kind of like, there's nothing more for you to comprehend, that's where you kind of like start snipping in the each one, each task, each something that needs to do. In the process, you would have done a whole lot of work, but basically on the way back, because like while figuring things out, you kind of like did work, and on the way back, you kind of like grab that small pieces of work that you did, and you expand on them, and you take it to a different kind of. You finish it, you complete it, you engage, you have completely engaged with yourself in a way that allows it to kind of like be experienced, to be a process. Uh, I don't know, man. It kind of feels like I don't know if I went off topic, but really, if you think for music to be played, there's good music with one instrument and one singer. But normally, a captivating music is basically the music that's right. Is the music that kind of like a lot of people find a way to make it work, kind of inspirational even. there are many ways for you to do that, right? Like, a lot of musicians these days produce their own shit. So basically, they just use different instruments, but themselves. But the idea really is just kind of like finding that beautiful harmony between them, and then coming up with your own style as your melody, as the melody is like the way you do things. Like you always would know the song. You'd hear like a piece of the song, and you kind of like know which song it is, and that's basically the melody of it. That's how it sounds. And ultimately, well, music is rhythm, flow. Yes, a lot of things could be in flow, but to be in flow and with harmony with everything around you, right? To be in flow with basically with a beautiful melody. Like a river is in flow, but at some parts of the river it's kind of like, and other parts it's like you get to decide from an extreme of like moving slowly, flowing with the curves of a river, or like just the waterfall going. Technically, all of them are kind of flow. So where are we? Which rhythm do we choose? It's a video. Thank you.